The cashier hands back the card. Declined. A toddler screams in the cart, as silent panic freezes a mother's chest. Mathematical debt is heavy, but the true weight is psychological. This financial collapse erodes personal dignity and leaves a parent in a state of profound, isolating loneliness. In this state of exhaustion, the human brain creates a trap, the waiting vacuum. It is the instinct to freeze and hope for an external lifeline, a tax return, a lucky break, or a rescuer to fix the math. When the bank account sits at absolute zero and no rescue appears, manufacturing the momentum to escape feels mathematically impossible. You cannot budget your way out of total paralysis using external math alone. Escape requires a violent, internal psychological shift first. The turning point arrived in a single, painful realization. No one is coming to save me. Psychologists call her previous state an external locus of control. She viewed herself as a target, compressed by outside forces. She survived by reversing that flow, adopting an internal locus of control and assuming radical ownership over every outcome. These 5 financial habits served as the behavioral proof of this new internal authority, turning psychological ownership into physical capital. This system operates like a splitting pipeline. Habit 1 is the future first tax, paying yourself first by automatically routing a fixed percentage of income to savings before any bills are addressed. Prioritizing the future vault shifted her identity from a consumer paying everyone else to an active creator of her own wealth. Habit 2 fortified that system, ruthlessly eliminating non-essential social spending. Declining invitations to dinners and outings kept vital capital inside the reservoir, plugging the financial leaks that once drained her. Executing these first 2 habits secured the initial critical margins of capital required to buy back her basic freedom. With a sliver of capital secured, she introduced Habit 3, the 1-hour knowledge block. While her baby slept, she dedicated 60 unbroken minutes daily to mastering a specialized, high-income freelance skill. Time was her only abundant asset. By converting 60 minutes into high-value expertise, she transitioned from selling her hours for survival to selling specialized solutions for a premium. This chart visualizes Habit 4, micro-investing. By putting microscopic, consistent amounts into the market, she destroyed the excuse that she lacked the funds to participate in global growth. Together, these habits formed a twin-cylinder engine. Habit 3 rapidly increased her earning potential through a new business, while Habit 4 silently put her savings to work. Sustaining this momentum required Habit 5, the growth mindset. This is the active, daily practice of replacing frustration and blame with intense, calculated curiosity. When a financial setback occurs, she processes it strictly as raw data to improve her business system, rather than an excuse to regress into the waiting vacuum. Without this defensive mechanism, the first 4 habits would have inevitably collapsed during the first month of real-world friction. The terrified woman at the checkout counter is gone. In her place sits a calm, confident entrepreneur operating her own business. Systemic, predictable stability has replaced the stack of final notices. She has traded the exhaustion of silent panic for the strength of deep self-respect. She built an empire of generational security. This protocol ensures her child will never experience that grocery store panic, creating a legacy of stability that persists regardless of market shifts. Wealth is the lagging indicator of taking absolute, relentless control over daily habits. The blueprint is sitting right in front of you, but the first step is brutal. Look at your own system. Which of these 5 habits is the hardest for you to execute right now? Let me know in the comments.